So you designed a product that improved the lives of others and then you added it to your portfolio as a case study. But whenever recruiters and clients review your portfolio, they don't end up hiring you. And then you're confused because you actually have what clients are looking for. And it's because of the little portfolio mistakes that you're making without even realizing it. Number one portfolio mistake you're making is using too much design terminology. This might sound counterintuitive because you're a designer and then I'm telling you that you're making a mistake by using design terminologies on your portfolio. But you have to remember that the main reason you have a portfolio in the first place is for people to hire you, for people to see what you've done. And these said people, recruiters and clients and employers, do not understand design terminologies. They are not designers like you, so you need to come down to their level and use just simple words and simple sentences that they can understand, because nobody has the time to come to your portfolio and start trying to crack or understand like the terminologies you're using. You might think you're trying to impress them by doing that, but you're rather pushing them away. You need to be very mindful of how you structure your intro, your case study title, and your case study. I'm a passionate user-centered design thinker focused on leveraging design methodologies to craft scalable digital solutions. I design websites and mobile apps that are easy to use and help people get things done faster. The first intro obviously has lots of design terminologies and would make it very difficult for clients to understand what you do. Whereas the second one is very simple and structured in a way that recruiters and hiring managers would understand what you do. Then for your case study title, instead of saying improving user satisfaction and onboarding efficiency for a B2B SaaS platform, you would rather just put it in a simpler way. Redesigning a SaaS onboarding flow to help small businesses sign up faster. Then for your case study itself, don't focus too much on listing out UX processes like affinity diagrams, card sorting, but rather focus more on the problem and how you solved it. The second design portfolio mistake you're making is that you're not tailoring your portfolio to the application. You might have very good projects and case studies on your portfolio, but if you've not worked on a product that is related to the industry or company you're trying to apply to, then you're not going to get hired, because people who hire you, they want to see if you've done something similar so that they will feel reassured that you can be able to solve their own problem. For example, if you're applying for a design role at a fintech or health tech company, you're supposed to have at least one project on your portfolio that is related to health or finance. And this does not mean that you must have case study for every industry on your portfolio. No, it only means that if there are industries you want to work in or you want to apply to, you need to have a similar project or a project in that industry on your portfolio. The third design portfolio mistake you're making is when you have too many case studies or too few case studies on your portfolio. You need a balance, because if you have too many case studies on your portfolio, recruiters or anybody who is reviewing your portfolio is just going to get so confused and overwhelmed, because they might not even know where to start from. And then if they decide to open one particular project, they might end up opening a project that is not really your best work. And then imagine being evaluated based on like a project that you didn't really put so much effort into. At the same time, having very few case studies, like just one case study on your portfolio, will make it very difficult for them to hire you as well, because it feels limiting and they can't really judge your skills just based on one case study. You need like 2 to 4 relevant case study. As your skills are improving and as you're growing in your career as a designer, you're able to do better case studies, you're able to do better designs, you're able to do better projects, which you can always replace, add and remove on your portfolio and not adding everything till they are up to 6, 7, 5. Then the fourth design portfolio mistake you're making as a designer is having no context for your projects. Showing just UI screens and design mockups with little to no explanation is not a full case study. You need to add a detailed story on how you arrived at those screens. What did you do that led to you realizing that, okay, these screens were going to solve the problems for users or for businesses? Walk them through your case study. Let them understand your process. What was the problem? How did you solve it? What was your role? The last design portfolio mistake you're making as a designer is not having testimonials or call to actions. Like I always say, your portfolio should be treated like a business. So you need to add a form of review from clients and probably companies you've worked with or worked for in the past, and even people you've collaborated with, because it's a way to give you an edge over someone who has a great portfolio like you, right? And it's also a way for people who are considering and reviewing your portfolio to see that you actually work with humans and you can be able to collaborate with other people. And also you need to make it easy for you to be chosen. So please add a contact form. I don't mean your social links. Add a contact form. Have a contact section on your portfolio where people can message you and reach out to you. We've come to the end of this video and I hope that you really learned something today. If you have questions or any concerns at all, please do let me know in the comments. See you in my next video.